Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be one of Joker's henchmen? Welcome to the Complete Story series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites so that we can read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is simply a mini-series entitled Joker. Have I ever told you the story of the disease of Gotham? Somehow, he had convinced the doctors that he wasn't a disease anymore. And with that, the gates of Arkham Asylum swung open, and out walked the man that can put a clench down where you know where. The Joker. He saluted the city of Gotham, and then he turned to the man. So, who are you? I'm here to pick you up. Monty sent me. My name's Johnny Frost. Johnny Frost, let me ask you, did you bring a gun? Yes, sir. Do you need it? And Johnny holds it over to the Joker. Huh? Wow, I think I like you. The two men get into Johnny's car and they begin to go back to Gotham. Joker has Johnny bring him to a place known to be a dead end for people. A place that has the Croc. Croc asks how he got out, but the Joker refuses to tell him. So he takes Croc, Johnny, and Croc's gang to his old hideout, where he finds Monty and a beautiful blonde, topless girl in jester-style pants. He takes a seat with his gang, and the blonde girl proceeds to get on stage and use the stripper pole. The Joker leans over to Monty. Monty, I want to talk about what happened while I was away. I know you'd rather wait until tomorrow, but I'm kind of antsy. Johnny has another drink and everything begins to blur as the Joker takes Monty into the back room, and our blonde stripper puts on her mask, showing us that it's actually Harley Quinn, Joker's girl. As the night blurred together for Johnny, he looked back at the stage to find Monty stumbling out onto it without his skin. The Joker and Harley Quinn took Monty into the back and they peeled off all of the skin on his body. Joker then puts his foot on Monty's back and he addresses his followers. When I went away, I thought I left my city in capable hands, but it would seem other hands have taken it from me. And you know what those other hands did? They loosened their belts around their fat waists, and they took a dump! In my city, my sandbox, mine! Gotham belongs to me! So who here wants to help me take it back? He says with a massive grin. The Joker is back, and Johnny knows it. Johnny wants to help the Joker. Their first stop is the bank the next day. The Joker walks in and he walks out with a bag of money. That easily. When asked how it went, he told Johnny and Harley that it went good, but it was boring. And then frowning, he throws a picture to Johnny asking him to get rid of it. What Johnny sees is a bloody picture of the bank president's daughter. Their next stop is a sporting goods store where the Joker bought himself a fishing pole. And they went fishing. He grabs his old bookie and has Abner reinvest his money. Johnny takes off after that and goes home where a cop is waiting for him to serve him his divorce papers. His wife wants nothing to do with him. But whatever, he has the Joker now, right? He's one of the Joker's boys. So Joker and Johnny go to the Joker's next stop, another local gang, and he walks in. Tommy! Long time no see! Tommy, obviously unsettled by the Joker's arrival, invites him to have a seat and offers him some scampi and some wine. What? I want what's mine back! Haha, that's a good one. You're a funny guy. I don't care what anyone says about you, Joker. You should care what I have to say. Bang, bang! I do, Joker, I do. Look, when things are down, it wasn't my call. I took a piece. I got the garbage on the east side and the shakedowns. That's all. It's yours again. I'm just keeping it warm. They then hand the Joker his money, and he counts it and turns back to Tommy. I want to keep your crew on it. 10% for you, Tommy, and 5% for your guys. And then, the Joker leaves. But as they're getting back into his car, he turns to Johnny. Hold on, I forgot something. He walks back in, pulls his gun out, and he shoots Tommy in the head. 10% is now off the table. 5 for the time being, still stands, gentlemen. And he walks out. He then walks back outside and he begins talking to himself and putting the gun in his mouth and laughing. Oh, there's so much laughing! The Joker's rampage was only beginning as he shot people in their cars, in back alleys, and he shoved them into trash cans and into grates. He even got people hung. While Johnny didn't do the killing, he knew where the bodies were buried. And knowing comes power. He had power. Joker, Johnny, and Croc all went to Abner to find out the situation with his funds, and Abner informs them that someone is very sore with him for his action as of late. Him? I just love making him sore, Joker says, referring to Batman. No, not him. Dent. Harvey's mad? Which one? You know that head has 2 owners. I'll just call him and sort this out. I don't think he's taking your call, Abner tells Joker. Well, one Harvey probably won't, but I might get lucky and get the other one. He calls, and no one answers. So he calls again, and no one answers. And he calls again, and no one answers. And Harvey smirks listening to the phone ring. So Joker gets frustrated, and he smashes the phone, and he begins to swing a bat around his bar. He then shoves a broken bottle into one of the gang members before calming down. He then blows his bar up as he leaves with his men. The next day, the cop that brought Johnny his divorce papers comes to pick up Johnny and bring him to the offices of Dent. Harvey only wanted to let Johnny know that the Joker is a very sick man, a disease that this city can't afford to catch again. He then asks Johnny if he understands what he's telling him. Johnny is confused. Why is he telling him this? So he wanders around Gotham for a bit, thinking about it, before he made it to Joker's next meeting. A meeting with the Riddler to get something that the Riddler stole back. Then they went for a drive, only to have a car of Harvey's goons open fire on them, and they flip Joker's car over. Joker pulls his body out of the wreckage and he opens fire on Harvey's goons. And then he starts shooting people randomly all around them, and then he just starts shooting. That's when the cop shows up again and he pulls his gun on Joker, and the cop gets shot in the head by Johnny. Johnny just saved the Joker's life, and because of that, all hell broke loose on Gotham. The Joker went on an all-out war against everything that had Dent's name on it, killing rackets, families, and even people close to him. Joker turned Gotham into a toilet, until eventually Harvey called him up asking for a meeting. It's time to resolve this. They met in the Gotham Zoo, and Joker's goons were with him like always. I mean to have what's mine, Harvey. And what the hell is that, Joker? I'm asking for it. Goddamn right you are. Isn't that right, Mr. Frost? Harvey says, turning to Johnny. You know the Harveys, Johnny John? Joker says, intrigued. Oh, we've met, didn't he tell you? That's his wife over there with my men. Joker then takes a swing at Harvey with glass jammed into his fingers, allowing him to cut Harvey up. And then the gorilla nearby begins to shoot up all of Harvey's men. The gorilla then pulls its mask off, revealing that it was Harley Quinn in a costume. Joker walks over, grabs Harvey by the hair, and he holds him up. You are now my cash register. And one more thing. With that, Joker whispers sweet nothings into Harvey's ear, and he walks away. And with all of this to his back, Joker goes on another killing spree, bringing Johnny along for the ride. They kill store clerks and even a family in their bed. Joker then relaxes to the bodies of his fallen victims. But across town, Harvey decided that it was time to get him involved, and he made his own bat signal. As Batman landed next to him, Harvey turned to him. You need to stop Joker. He said he found a way to kill one of us. Us. Us, not you! He's gonna murder one half of Two-Face! So that night, Batman breaks into Joker's hideout to get the information out of Harley. He then ties up Croc and Joker's gang, and he tracks Joker and Johnny to the bridge of Gotham, where Joker knocks Johnny down as Batman approaches. He pulls his gun on Johnny, accusing him of being a dumb, disappointing dullard. But that's when a batarang cuts his forehead open. So he grabs Johnny and he holds the gun to his forehead. Come at me, Bats! Batman stares him down. You wear your shame like a badge, because you don't have the balls to pin it on, Bats. Just look at you, desperate to be feared. You want to be perceived as a monster draped in black. But you leave that little window, a glimpse of the perfection underneath, your chiseled good looks. Why do you let it be seen? Tell me why! To mock you. So the Joker shoots Johnny through the throat, and then he turns his gun to Batman. Bleeding all over the floor, he finally sees what Harvey was talking about. He's on top of the world, working for one of the biggest men in Gotham. And what does he see? Only a disease with no cure, something that brings out the worst in everyone. No way to stop it. Just a Batman. Johnny then pulls himself over the side of the bridge to fall to his death while bleeding out. The whole time, Batman is beating on the Joker, completely unaware that Johnny was even there. And that is the Joker story. It's contained in its own miniseries trade, and honestly, I felt it was a good fit for Halloween. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to check out these other videos on the screen right now. They might just stir you up inside.